Hi, greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Bo here. Got a pretty lengthy vinyl finds video coming at you. Well, it's got finds, it's got online buys, it's got some trades, it's got it's got blues, it's got garage rock records, it's got psych records, it's even got a jazz record. So there's something for the whole family. So come in, won't you? And join us with Reed and Malloy and Paladin. Right? Okay, anyhow, enough of that crap. So, a lot of records to go through here. My wife and I, we like to watch some cop dramas that are available through Prime. Prime members, whatever that's called. That TV garbage. We like to watch Bosch. And there's another one that's not, it came from the BBC, it's called DCI Banks. It's off the air now, but it's available to watch through when you're Prime, Amazon Prime, whatever that is. So, and both those characters listen to a lot of jazz records. I started noticing, hey, some of this stuff sounds pretty good. So, when this turned up in my store, this was the first, I've had some Coltrane records before, but I've not kept anything. I've had the only Miles Davis records I've ever purchased before I always bought to give away, mostly to give to Chris at Dixieland Farm because I know he's a big jazz guy. But I decided I'm going to start dipping my toe into jazz, so price was right on this. Although I've been told that that this one's kind of a boring one, but that's probably where I need to start is with boring because I'm not nowhere near any type of jazz aficionado. I just know that I like what I've heard on those shows, so just dipping the toe in. Starting with this one. This is Miles in person at the Blackhawk, San Francisco. The one thing I will tell you about this, I did enjoy this very much, but the crowd, unenthusiastic to say the least. And it's on the 6i Columbia. Anyhow, that was my one jazz record. Now we got some blues records. This is on Arhoolie Records. Dr. Ross's first recordings. What do they call him? The Dr. Ross, the harmonica boss. He could play a lot of instruments. He could play guitar, bass guitar, drums, harmonica, of course. This is a really good record too. There he is. You know, apparently he was in the service, nervous in the service, World War II era. It looks like. I'm guessing. I highly recommend this. Pick this up as well. Bo Diddley is a lover. Yeah, his guitar's down there. And this is on chest. This is the electronically reprocessed stereo. So this is, I think these are reissues from like the late 60s, maybe early 70s, I want to say, on that checker, that chest checker label. You know, this has got the Bo Diddley, have you heard on it. It's McDaniel as it were, but fantastic record. Got lots of most of the spines were blues. Some of these came from Rainy Day, some of these I got online, some of the stuff I got in some trades. This is and this is on what? Testament Records. This is Muddy Waters' first recordings, 1941-42, Library of Congress. You know, anytime I can find Muddy Waters, this is a staple kind of stuff you've got to grab. And then there's a whole bunch of these French pressings. I think they're from the late 60s, early 70s. Maybe so one of them even has a date on it, copyright date of 77. So it may even be as late as the late 70s. But where they redid a lot of these chess records. This is Muddy Waters' Folk Singer, and it's French, French press. They may have been pressed for import in France. I don't know a lot about Chess's relationship with this distribution. Vogue, PIR. Anyhow, my French is weak, as in I know no French. I know where France is. It's in Europe. Does that count? Do I win a prize? No, probably not. Anyhow, Muddy Waters, Folk Singer, and and they're on that. They're on the chess. Got the chess label on there. Here's another Muddy Waters, more real folk blues, also a French pressing. I think the one I just showed, not this one, but the previous one, I think is the one that had the 1977 date on it. Man, Muddy Waters is a staple. You got to get Muddy. This one was a really cool find. This is not a French pressing. I don't know that this is original. I don't know that this was repressed at all. I have not researched it, but this is Muddy Waters Brass and the Blues on chess. And this one was printed in Chicago, so hometown stuff. This is, you know, like I said, I don't know what the original label on this looked like, but if I got to explain what Muddy sounds like to you, you know, so here's the cool. This is the coolest one. This is my favorite of all those old blues guys. This is Howlin' Wolf, and this is more real folk blues, like most of these ended up saying on there. And once again, French import press, chess label, good stuff. I love his voice. I love his harmonica. Howlin' Wolf to me was the king of the blues. This I got. I told Matt I was going to wear the T-shirt, and it's in the laundry. The dryer needs to have the element replaced in it. So clothes got washed, hasn't been dried yet, so we got to get the dryer fixed. So didn't wear. But he has Gold Pan Records, Matt Sands. You guys know his channel. You should know his channel if you're watching my channel. I promised him I'd wear the shirt he sent me, but I didn't. But Matt sent me this. Curtis, you know, Curtis Mayfield of the Impressions. It's on that cool label. What a genius this guy was. So got some soul music too. Didn't mention soul. Got some more soul records coming up. These are all Japanese. Well, this one is not. This is a Canadian pressing. This is Otis and Carla Thomas. This, of course, has got Tramp on there, which is kind of a cool duet that they did. I always loved this album cover. Now these next two are Otis records as well. They're Japanese pressings, but there's no obi strip. But they're really nice copies nonetheless. This is the Soul album of Otis Redding. And there's all the, and they're on the Atlantic, you know, the green and red. Because I think these Japanese pressings are from '71. I think it's what's the copyright date on the back. So there's that. And then there's the great Otis Redding Sings Soul Ballads. Soul Age. And it's on the same green and red. You don't see a lot of soul. Out here where I live in the Pacific Northwest, you don't see a lot of soul. You don't see a lot of blues records. They just don't turn up. There's lots of garage rock. That shows up quite a bit, and a lot of psych rock. Northwest kind of had its own sound, but you don't see a lot of the blues or the northern soul or soul music. That just doesn't. So when you see them, you got to grab them because they don't last very long. This is a garage record, and this is on the Gold Warner Brothers. This is the Premiers doing Farmer John. Anybody's familiar with the Nugget series? I don't believe this is on the album, but on the extended CD set, which I do own, this is one of the cuts on there, and I believe this was a top 40 hit for him. That was a cool pickup. I had not, first time I've ever seen a copy of that one. I just assumed it, I mistakenly had assumed it had only been a 45. That wasn't because, oh, I know something. No, I just made an assumption, and the assumption was wrong. Happens. It's on Uni. This is the Pleasure Fair, and this is produced and arranged by Dave Gates. He was also in the band. Dave later was one of the founders of the band Bread, I do believe. And this, it wants to be psychedelic. It's not that psychedelic. It's pretty good though. It's kind of like maybe like Cold Blood if you're familiar with them. Although that's more of a San Francisco type sound. But this is pretty solid stuff. Bread's first album, if you're kind of down on Bread's first album is really good. After that, you know, it kind of becomes kind of that more kind of middle of the road stuff. But this was a cool find. This this is on the Uni. Uni always had kind of a cool label. So we've got a few more. Won't try to make this too long a video. This was recommended to me by James at the record store. He's the guy that actually owns it, Rainy Day Records. This is The Children Rebirth. It's on Atco. And I have not listened to this yet, but he said He recommended it to me. I'm gonna guess. It's probably got some good psych leanings. See if I recognize any of the names on there. It's got some orchestration on it, tell you that much. It's got the maypole sitting on a flower. So, you know, I'm going to guess maybe like Seeds kind of sounding stuff, so maybe a little garagey. We'll find out. And I'll get back to you. I will report back, as it were. Another one I got from Matt Sands. The Travel Agency. This is on what, VNA, VWA records, something like that. Maybe you guys can see that better than I can. Psych record, man. This thing, sorry, I'm sweating a little bit. No, air conditioning's on, but just turned it on, so because it got way too hot in this house. So hot here. Imagine that, summertime. It's hot someplace. Travel Agency, Psych record. Last one was, I got a really good deal on this one. Just right place at the right time. I never thought I'd actually be able to grab a copy of this. Here we got Sagittarius, present tense. You know, this has got Gary Usher and Kurt Botcher, Betcher, however you want to pronounce that. And it's on Columbia. Usher wrote a lot of songs. This is a promotion not for sale copy. Got the old radio listings down here. He wrote quite a few songs with Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. In fact, he's got some writing credits. Or no, he didn't take credit for one of their hits. I can't remember which one. And instead, Brian, I believe, helped them with either writing some stuff either for this or for the Blue Marble. I'm not sure. Can't remember. One or the other. And if I'm wrong, I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Understand? Just keep it down. Keep it to yourself. Anyhow, hey, good to see you guys. You know, because I can see you. I'm watching you right now. Hey, shout out. I know he doesn't watch my videos, but my nephew's American Legion team, they went to Omaha, Nebraska. Hello, Garen. Went to Omaha, and they played in a big national tournament there. They finished second. They lost. They got beat pretty bad in the championship game to a team from Louisiana. But they kind of rolled through that tournament pretty good till they got buzzsawed there at the end. So congratulations to them. They placed here in the state of Washington during the high school season. They placed they got pretty far. They got to the final 16. Then they got knocked out by the team that won the state championship. They only lost to them 3-2. They scored a run, Southridge, which is from Eastern Washington. They scored a run the bottom of the 7th to beat us 3-2, and then they won their in the round of 8, and the round of 4, and the championship game. They won by like a combined like 42-6 or something. They just creamed everybody else they played. And before they played us, they creamed the other 4 teams they beat in the playoffs. So anyhow, now you're updated on my nephew's high school baseball season. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by, guys. See ya. Bye.